Yay Media Group.
Hello, everybody. Happy New Year. Yo, Happy New Year. We are Angelo and Kim, and we're so excited that you are here today. Y'all listen, this is 2025. Man. Baby, can you believe it?
Man, I tell you, it's been like, I remember 1999. I didn't know.
You know what? You know this is a special year for us because we got engaged last year on this day, on New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve.
You popped the question to me.
Church was rocking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was rocking this.
It was rocking
Can you believe?
Yesterday. It's like where did 2024 went?
Baby.
Yeah.
It went so fast. And it feels like it's been the greatest year of our lives. I mean, we've had such a phenomenal year.
Man.
Baby, you know we're about to be together 3 years.
Man, it's going by so fast.
3 years we've spent together.
It's like you was like the Brady Bunch, Mrs. Brady. And now you like Giselle Bundy, Tom Brady ex-wife.
And now I've
having a baby.
I started thinking about all the New Year's. And I started thinking, I've had my extensions, my long hair for a year and a half.
You're not pregnant, but.
No.
Not really.
Baby, what would we do if I got pregnant at 52?
I agree.
We'd have a little caramel baby.
Yeah.
Y'all, so anyway, we celebrated our year engagement. We've been married. We got married June 15th, 2024.
15, yeah.
And we have been together for almost 3 years. I can't even believe it. We got engaged 12 months ago today.
I ain't getting no pot belly. I'm still looking athletic.
I think we've gotten finer.
Yeah. It's like, man.
So, y'all, we're going to ask you, by the way, I'm so glad you're back on with me. It was like 5 episodes I did without you, and it was kind of weird. Because this podcast, what? You've been doing this a whole year with me now.
A whole year. This is the reason. This is my anniversary jumpsuit.
Oh, you wore the jumpsuit again.
The jumpsuit. Like, nobody will see my socks, which was wrong.
Yo, he's
Everybody
still talking about
socks.
that. Yeah. I have 2 anal men in the room with me right now. We have Manson, the producer, and Angelo, the one that just can't let stuff, especially when it leaves a mark on you.
I was nervous. I'm still a little nervous every now and then.
Are you?
Well, when they can't hear my voice, they're like, "Oh, can you talk up a little bit?"
Yo, we were at the drive-thru the other day, and this lady asked him 3 times, "What did you say, sir? What did you say, sir?" And he still never raised his voice.
It's not my problem that they got a hearing aid. It's not my problem. I mean,
you just talk really low.
No, you should put a number up there. Like, hey, this number at Starbucks, you should put a number up there. Like, here's number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just put a number up there for me when I come up there.
I love it.
Make my caramel ribbon crunch.
Yeah. Well, y'all, we are so excited you're here. This is the Real Talk Kim podcast. This is my beautiful husband, Angelo. And we live right here in Atlanta, Georgia. Pastor a church called Limitless Church, 1653 Highway 85 South, Fayetteville, Georgia, 30215. We're across from Whitewater High School. And if you're ever in Atlanta, man, you do not want to miss an opportunity to come see us at 10 and 11:30 on Sundays. It is the greatest church on earth. It's called Limitless. And we also just celebrated, we'll talk about this when we get the podcast going, but we just celebrated 5 years of me pastoring, and we're going to talk about how to do hard things. Like, how do you just do hard things when you don't feel qualified? Wow. And so, y'all, right now, what we need for you to do is we need for you to go and subscribe wherever you're watching this from, whether it is YouTube, whether it is Spotify, iHeartRadio, Podbean, your Apple podcast, Android, wherever you're watching, YouTube, just push that subscribe button for me. And then be so kind and leave us some stars. If you go on the profile of my page, you will see a place where you can leave a review. And I would love for you to leave us a review. That'd be amazing. Also, behind me is all of our books, all my books that I've written. My latest is Unstuck. And You Gotta Get Up was last year's. And then our journal, which every single one of y'all need to be getting right now. You can go to rtkstyle.com. rtkstyle.com and get all of your RTK product. We've got some incredible shirts, everything there. We also want to invite you to the Dream Conference. It'll be January 16th, 17th, and 18th right here in Atlanta, Georgia. You can go get your tickets at realtalkkim.com. So subscribe, share this with your friends. We're going to get into it, man. Yeah. How to thrive in 25, which is the masterclass that we have starting January 21st. You can go get in the room, get your seat spot by going to Real Talk Kim as well. That masterclass is the biggest one we do in January. The February masterclass. Yep, and the retreat. Yeah. And it is all coming up right now, and you have a way to get in the room. Do it. Go to realtalkkim.com. And y'all, share this right now, and we'll be right back right after this break. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. You know, we have just started a brand new year. January always is full of resolutions. You've got 365 blank pages, and it's just waiting to be filled out. And life isn't always going to be fair about those resolutions. And a lot of times we lose our way, we fall off the wagon, and it's just about picking that pen back up and becoming the author of your life. Maybe you're ready for a plot twist. Maybe you're tired of being stuck. Maybe you're ready to get unstuck. Maybe there's a part of your story that you've been wanting to revise. And therapy can be your editorial partner, helping you write new chapters and create meaningful stories. Listen, everybody's got a story, but yours is going to be a bestseller. I remember, when I was walking through a season of my life where I did not see this divorce coming after 18 years. It devastated me. And you know what I did? I decided to reach out, let someone help me put my thoughts and heart back into the right place. BetterHelp is a place for you. BetterHelp is fully online, making therapy affordable and convenient, serving over 5 million people worldwide. Access a diverse network of more than 30,000 credentialed therapists with a wide range of specialties, and easily switch therapists anytime at no extra cost. I love therapy because this sometimes helps you put yourself back into the right place. Write your story today with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/RTK today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/RTK. Everybody, and welcome back. It is Angelo and Kim. So glad to have you back on this podcast.
I'm glad to be back.
Man, I missed you on the last 5.
Yeah, it's been a while,
Yeah. How are you feeling? Are you feeling a little bit nervous?
I feel like, I'm trying to get my shape, get my shoulders right, got to get in position, you like last Sunday, a couple Sundays, you would say you got to pivot.
You got to pivot.
You got to pivot.
You got to pivot.
So you got to be ready.
Yep.
You got to be ready and stuff.
Yep.
So it doesn't matter if you've been doing it for 20 years, being behind a desk, now you're going to a new job, whatever, but you just got to pivot sometimes. So, it comes with enough. For me doing enough of these. I guess it's been about 12 months.
Yeah, can you believe it?
Yeah.
I can't even believe that. Baby, I have to just tell you over the last year, because today we're kind of talking about all this, the last year, and this is New Year's Day, and we are thriving in 25, and our word is for this year, for my inner circle, my masterminds, for the Limitless Church, is a dream. To get those dreams back alive. I think both of us have been in places where we've lost a dream, where we felt like, man, it is devastating what I'm walking through right now. And so I want you to tell us a time when, I know it popped in my head
Yeah.
a time for you, when you literally had to pick up your life and start all over again, and you felt like, I don't know where I'm going to go from here. But the one thing about God is he always gives us better. So can you remember a time where you went into a new year like fresh, having to start all over, rebuilding your dream?
Well, I've always thought about, we have a dream and we keep this dream for so long. And then when you think about it, you're like, man, I went from, being at my family business, convenience store, and now I went from retail, working in the mall, and being at, then finally got in the car business in 1999. So I'm like, man, how did I get here? So that dream
Because it was so different.
Yeah, it was different. Going through a divorce, but it was something that I was already prepared for certain hiccups. So, when you start it's like you put yourself in a box and you try to move and you go this way and nothing is working, but it's working. It's the process.
It's just different too.
Yeah, it's different. So it was like, man, how do you, but it's your manners.
Mm-hmm.
It's your
character.
Yeah, it's your character. It's how you speak to people, how you take care of people, how you serve.
Baby, when we fell in love, that was one of the things I
Yeah.
loved about you was your character.
Yeah.
And we were so open with each other in the beginning of our relationship. And the one thing I loved about you was that your heart was so right, and that you were very thought through things. And we just shared all of our secrets with each other in the
Right.
beginning. And the thing that I loved about you was even around your friends, when you would leave a table, your friends would just talk about how much they love you. And
Right.
you're right. So, if you're coming into 2025 and you're prayerfully asking God, because this is what we do in the beginning of the year, we
Yeah.
give resolutions, and
Yeah. And your resolution is, it should be, how do you discipline yourself?
discipline. Yeah.
How you discipline yourself? Like, should I eat too much sweet at night, or should I eat no sweet? Should I cut it back, or should I stop drinking? I'm gonna discipline myself. So how you handle that is basically how you humble yourself, and that's how you get your blessing.
Mm-hmm.
So your blessing is everything.
Baby, I remember in 2023, I did Soar in 24, or I can't remember what it was. I think last year was Soar in 24, but it was Break Free in 23. And I did the master class. So 2023 was Break Free in 23. Soar in 24 was the master class for 2024, and this year it's going to be Thrive in 25.
Right.
And it was during Break Free in 23 when God really started. It's before I met you. It was a month or two before I met you. And God really started laying it on my heart to get physically fit. And baby, I had not ever been in a gym. Like, since I had finished school, I was very athletic in school, but I just didn't really have to, until I hit my 40s, and then I started packing on weight and stuff. But I remember God really started dealing with me about, if I'm going to trust you with thousands and thousands of people, then you have to lead by example. And I decided in that masterclass that we were all going to get our bodies right, physically, mentally, physically. And I decided I can do anything for 30 days. And that's when I cut out all the creamer. I cut out all the sweets, breads. I drank black coffee for 30 days.
Wow.
And I dropped 32 pounds that month. And it was crazy, because then I started hitting these trails and going out and running these trails. And now I look back and I realize that when God has given you an unction in your spirit to do something, like when all of a sudden you have a desire, it's because God's preparing you for something that desire that he's trying to implement within you is going to mesh.
Right.
Who knew that I was going to meet a guy that was so into his body and discipline? And so as you are coming into 2025 and you're wanting to thrive, you are never, ever, ever too late to start today. This is the first day of 2025. And while you are prayerfully considering and discerning God's will for your life, you got to be open to his will looking even different than yours. But I can promise you this, it's going to be better than you've ever expected. And so as me and Angelo were sitting here talking, and he said, you know, he's been at this place several times where God, you know, told him that it was going to look different. And thank God that you broke a mold out of your family, because you're a twin.
Yeah.
And y'all are completely different.
Yeah, I mean, we all got our own mindset, so we got our own different way of thinking and looking at it, you know. Well, I'm probably 8 minutes older, but I have my mind where I want to do things. He got his way he want to do things too. So it's still, like I said, at the end, you get the results.
Yeah.
You don't get
it's how bad do you want it, really?
Yes, how bad you want it and stuff.
You know, if you really want it, and I really believe that this year is a year where you've got to pay the price. Like, you can't no longer just sit and beg God to do something and you're not willing to do the work.
Yeah, I mean, because 2024, you got your fitness license. You was like talking to every, you know, like, I've got this and my abs and this and that. Like, well, wait. When do you start it? You started, right? You started.
He always trying to humble me.
It was like, now you're a personal guru trainer.
Like, even if I'll leave him and go to another machine, he's like, oh, wait, so you don't think you need me anymore?
But it's a lifestyle. You know, if anybody taking pills or shots and say, okay, is that a lifestyle? Could you mean you got to take this the rest of your life to say to drop weight, to do this? Or basically you just get out?
If you're going to do it, at least be learning while you're doing it.
But can it be a lifestyle?
No, you don't. Yeah. You're not going to take shots for the rest of your life.
Right. So eventually you're going to have to get down and say, I'm going to start walking. I'm going to get and start doing some little stretching, whatever to get you going.
Yeah.
So that's your life. So that's what it need to be. We need to make things be a lifestyle. This is how I want to look. This is how I want to live.
Baby, how do you do that, though, when you're so used to being in a certain pattern that's not healthy?
I mean, I would think if you would say, if I'm not healthy, then that means I don't eat healthy. So
how would someone implement that craves sugar, like you?
Hey, I mean, I do it in moderation.
Yeah.
I had some last night.
So you don't completely have to.
I don't think that you say you just go cut everything out and stuff. You know, when I was eating so many different bags of chips and stuff, so now I eat certain chips that's gonna give me a certain amount of
protein.
Calories.
We do.
So the calories, I wanna keep my. I don't want to be a pre-diabetic. I don't want to be a diabetic. I don't want to be having high cholesterol. I don't want high blood pressure.
And you had thyroid surgery. Yeah. How many years ago?
Probably was in my 40s.
Yeah, and I mean, they cut your throat and everything.
Yeah, so it found like a small little goiter, and a lot of people, sometimes mostly females, have them, and they have, they weight is up and down.
Yeah.
Yeah, glad mine is down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but the thing is that it's the lifestyle. Once you start having certain things happen to you, when are you ready to change?
I just think it's really very important that we don't wait until something happens to us where we have to do it. Yeah, do it now.
So whether you go to the gym or not, but it's still about how do you plan on eating healthy. You know,
me and Angelo were talking about this podcast before we started, and I really want to encourage you. The Bible says that where two or more agree in my name, it shall be done. I want to encourage you. For the last 4 weeks, y'all, I have been plowing in your soul. Hard pills to swallow, 12 hard pills to swallow. We've talked about how to let stuff go, how to forgive. Like, we've been really building up to 2025. You can't thrive in 2025 if you don't have your heart in a position where you're saying, man, I'm tired of my life looking this way. I'm tired of complaining about the same stuff. I am not going to let 2025 look like 2024. Some of y'all been here for a whole decade, complaining about the same stuff a whole decade, being prideful, being angry. This day, the first day of January 2025, me and this man of God right here are coming together with you and saying, you've got what it takes to have a oh hell no moment where you say, this is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. Yep. Today, things can change. Yep. Just like that. Just like in our lives, we are proof that God can restore, that God can vindicate, that God can give you every dream that you didn't even think would ever come to pass. And those dreams are far greater than we could have ever dreamed in our 50s. It's possible, but you have to be in position and you have to feel worthy.
Because, in 2024, we went through Halloween. We had all this trunk or treat. We had all this candy. We got all that sugar. November, guess what? We went from all the turkey, the dressing, the mac and cheese. Okay. Christmas.
Did you know my doctor said that most people gain about 10 to 15 pounds between November and December?
That's what I'm saying. For October, those fourth quarters. So guess what? How you gonna get a summer body and you just gain 20 pounds when you're not in the gym? So basically, I've been, we're in the gym. A lot of people in the gym, but they eat. Sometimes they eat bad, and eating bad is okay if you're in the gym. If you're burning.
Yeah, but I don't think it's. I think it's very important to even watch that, because you can go to the gym all you want and still have a raggedy body because of the way you're eating.
But people going to still do what they...
Baby, but you know what? I'm trying to encourage our friends that are listening today to make a decision. Like literally, you know how many nights I want to lay in my bed and eat and I will just chew the heck out of some gum because I know I feel so much better. And we even get, man, you drinking the heck out of that coffee.
Yeah, I wish I had a Danish or something to go with it. You talk about food and working out. I just myself.
Yo, Angelo's over here going.
Yeah, I'm like, whoa. I'm like, whoa, you want to chew gum? I'm like, no, I'm gonna get up and probably have me a hamburger or something. I'm like, look,
you do too.
Yeah, I'll get up and eat because
this man eats.
I'm gonna get up and eat something. You gonna chew some gum? I'm like, good, okay, well. I'm gonna dig in this refrigerator and find out what's in here.
We don't keep a lot of junk food in our house.
I may have some coconut shrimp from Costco's and stuff. I'm gonna find something to get something. I'm gonna have me a veggie roll. It's like I say, it's in moderation.
I agree.
You can't. Like I said, you can't be the Mrs. Richard Simmons just now after this. You cannot be Mrs. Richard Simmons that you just Mrs. Richard Simmons that you just started this journey and
stuff. Yo, it kills Angelo because
I'm just gonna lay in bed and look cute and chew gum.
Angelo's like, girl, you gonna get your butt up and go to the gym. This is why in 2025 you've got to have people in your life that won't let you lay in bed, right? The people that are going to force you to get up and work out.
Yeah.
And he does. Okay, so here's what I want to do. I want to say these things and I want you to tell me yes or no. So these are 8 things. We're going into 2025. Today is the first day of 2025. Every single one of y'all need to be going to get in my masterclass. Y'all, you need to be getting in Thrive in 25. The registration is open. Go to realtalkkim.com. Spend 5 weeks with me on Zoom so you can be all over the world tuning in. All right? You can even go back and watch the replays over and over again. Okay, so it's Thrive in 25. The masterclass starts January the 21st at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, but and that's a must. Like every single one of y'all need to be getting in that. And all of y'all should already be in my RTK Inner Circle, which is the community I have, and every other Monday we get in it. And then we're also going to have a dating boot camp starting at the end of February masterclass. That's going to be great too.
That's cool.
So listen. I want to give you 8 questions to consider when trying to prayerfully discern God's will, okay? Number 1, ask God today in your journals. All of y'all should already have your journal. Every one of y'all should be going to get this journal right here, all right? Look, they always scare when I pull this out because both of them knows I am Dennis the Menace.
We don't know what's going to come on my head.
This journal you can get at rtkstyle.com and it already has your assignments for every day in it. It's a 90-day journal. In it, I want you to write, am I rushing? With a question mark. Am I looking at Real Talk Kim and Angelo, and wanting their marriage, their love so bad that I'm willing to marry a bozo or a Delilah.
Yeah.
Am I rushing? Is this what God wants? So the first number one is, am I rushing? What's number two, baby? Read it.
Well, do you understand the options before me?
Do I understand the options before me? Do I understand that I don't just got to do this one thing because that's the only thing that I'm looking at?
Right.
So am I rushing God, number one? Number two is, do I understand the options before me?
Yeah.
There's not just one option. So you don't have to make a decision today. You can lay it all out before the Lord.
Well, how can you rush?
Oh gosh, I rushed my whole life.
Yeah, when you ain't from Russia. Like, why you ain't? I always ask people, like, why are you in a hurry? You know, you get like you standing up when the plane, like, they tell you
that drives me nuts.
They tell you, like, keep your seatbelt on, ladies and gentlemen, as we get ready to you know, and everybody like, psh, they got their seatbelt on. And the people way back there in seat 300. Like, where you going at?
And why?
Why?
And then you got to squeeze through them when you're at the gate because everybody's sitting at the gate and they're in the back of the plane.
And they come all the way to the back. They come all the way from the back of the plane and try to use the front restroom. I'm like, hold on. That ain't going to fly with me.
So number one is, am I rushing?
Yeah, so stop rushing.
There's nothing good in rushing anyway.
Yeah, not rushing. I mean, you rushing what? You rushing to get to work. We here in Atlanta.
I know it.
You know you're going to be, you know you set yourself up to be on final warning.
Baby, I used to be the biggest rusher ever.
This is the problem. How can you get to work in 30 minutes, get dressed, and be to work, and get out of the house in 30 minutes?
I used to rush
It'll
like
never
crazy.
work. It'll never work. You're going to be on final warning. So you need to prepare yourself.
Yep.
So number one, prepare yourself.
Yep. Am I rushing? Slow down. Make sure I'm making the right decision. Number two is, do I understand the options before me? There's never just one option.
Yeah.
And you always know the will of God because there's peace.
So we need options.
Yeah, there's options. Yeah. There's never just one option.
Yeah.
And the way you know it's God is there's peace. Here's number three. Have I considered my limits and the limits of those close to me? Am I still consulting in people that only know me from who I used to be? We talk about this all the time.
I don't think you need any acceptance from anybody.
I don't either.
Or outsiders.
I don't either.
Only thing you need to do is talk to God. What God
and your spouse.
God say,
yep.
God let you know to move in the direction, walk with Him.
Yep.
So if you say,
and sometimes sometimes the enemy sends those people in your life to shatter your dreams because they cannot even fathom the dream that God's given you.
Right.
And so I always say this: God did not have a conference call when He called you.
No.
And me and you are walking in our own lane. Here's number four: do I know my strengths and weaknesses?
Yes.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do I know my strengths and weaknesses? That's probably something really good to talk about in the next, near the next, and we'll go over these again in the next podcast. Yeah. And here's number five. Write these down, y'all. Am I free or under pressure? Am I, this year, I am not going to move in, there's nobody that's going to force me to be in a hurry or feel stressed because you're in a hurry.
Yeah.
It's not my fault you didn't prepare. I'm prepared.
Yeah, under pressure, I'm free.
I'm free too.
I'm free.
Here's number six. Have I processed the matter with others? Have I forgiven? Have I cleaned my heart out? With all the stuff that was in 2024, am I dragging anything into 2025? Or have I processed it all?
Well, we did that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I let the ball, when the ball dropped, I let you go. When the ball dropped, I had let you go.
Y'all, if you did not hear our...
Haters, what I said about what this was, happy people don't hate.
Oh, I love that.
Happy people don't hate, but haters hate. So in
happy people don't hate, and...
Happy people don't hate.
And what's the last
hate
word?
People hate.
Hate people hate.
Hate people hate.
Did you just make that up?
Hate people hate.
Did you just
hate people. Hey, in 24, this is what you did. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it and let it go.
Yep. That's why, yo, Limitless, if you missed our New Year's Eve service, you got to go back and watch it because it was on fire.
Yeah.
It was so good. Okay, y'all, listen, we got to go to a break.
Yes.
We're going to a break, and then I'm going to give you the last two. No, the last two. Yes, the last two when we come back. We'll be right back right after this. Hey, everybody, welcome back. It is the final few minutes of this podcast.
Man, I'm glad to be back.
I know it.
Glad
It
to
went
be
by
back.
fast.
They say they want to hear some wisdoms. I saw some of that stuff. They say
They miss me.
They miss some.
Oh,
of
did
it.
they miss you?
Yeah, they say we miss some of his wisdom.
Oh.
Wisdoms.
That made you feel good?
Yeah, it don't make me feel good because I am wisdom. I feel good. I mean, I got it.
Hey, baby, do you think that it is imperative for you to go around people that celebrate you, or is it okay to keep hanging around people that tolerate you?
Well, I mean, when you say celebrate me, I mean, you want to pay for my food or something like that, or basically like you want someone to come and say, well, man, can you loan me this?
No,
That's
I mean,
the celebration that I will probably look at, something like that, or I just get to hear people talk about what they bought. They got something new. They want to show off their car. They bought a new pool. That they decorated their house.
it's so funny how we hear things differently.
I think that the celebration need to be equal.
Okay, here's what I think.
Yeah,
Here's what I think.
When you say celebrate,
When I say, I always tell people, make sure you go around people that celebrate you instead of tolerating you.
Yeah.
That means in my book, celebrate means, man, I'm so proud of you. I'm clapping for you. I'm pumped that you are excelling, that you're doing great. There's no undercover hate. And tolerate is when they're like, oh, that's just Kim. You know how she is. That's what I mean. Like, oh, that's just going to be little Angelo. You know how little Angelo is. Like, all the wisdom everyone pulls from you all over the world, and then there's people that know you that would die before they'd ask for your wisdom. They're tolerating you.
Well, they had to know you before.
Yeah.
They had to know you before. So you had to know me before Real Talk, Kim. You had to know me before I got on this podcast, that I was capable of doing anything.
Yeah.
Anything in life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's so funny how we
Yeah.
both hear things differently.
Yeah. So if you celebrate me, then you've been riding with me since day one.
I'm going where I'm celebrated.
You've got to go where you celebrated, of course. But
I ain't hanging around with nobody that tolerates me.
You've been riding with me from day one. And I think those are the people I'm going to stay around. I'm going to stay around the people since day one.
Yes.
So you go
the
out,
day oneers.
The day ones, that's what you got to rock with. You rock with the person since day one, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Because those people really love you no matter who you are, what you have.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Okay, so listen, here's number 7. Number 7 is, have I attempted to grasp the implications, positive, negatives about the decisions that I'm about to make in 2025? Have I prayed about it? Have I fasted for it? Have I spent time with God? This whole month, this is what you're going to be doing. You're going to be putting all of these desires. God, is this your will for my life? Is this what you would have for me to do? Give me peace. Give me understanding. Is this marriage that I'm about to walk into? Is this exactly what you want from me, God? My grown children that have given me headaches. Some of y'all have been really having some problems with your kids. I'm laying them at the feet of Jesus in 2025, and I'm letting you do what you need to do. And here's number 8. Which direction makes me live a more generous, exciting life? Can I see myself with this decision that I'm going to be making all in January, because you're laying the foundation of the whole year in January? Can I see myself from years to come being proud of myself when I look back in 2030? Will I be proud of the 2025 person that made these decisions?
Yeah. So,
all right? That was good, wasn't it?
Yeah. So, you got to make your decision, not for someone else.
Mm-hmm.
People thinking like, man, I remember talking to a person and let her know I was married. I'm quite sure she saw it on social media, because it kind of like we ripping through your social media everywhere. I say, but when she was like, man, you kind of in the church and all, I say, I always been in the church. I always been with God. But if I had to do anything phony, like you can talk about other people being phony, I'm no phony. Check your cash out. That's what's real. So I've been given to you. I've been given to people. So make a decision for yourself and live your best life.
Yeah.
Not for nobody
And don't
else.
get offended to those people that tolerate you or try to come at you sideways.
Right. So you got to think about
because haters are going to hate and lovers are going to love.
Hate people. Hey, happy people don't hate.
Happy people don't hate, baby.
Happy people don't hate.
Y'all, we love y'all so much. I'm so excited to have my baby back. I'm so excited to do 2025 with all of you. Y'all, thank you for every single person that has just supported us this year. Thank y'all for loving us. Thank y'all so much for buying all my product, man, at rtkstyle.com. Thank you for sharing this podcast like y'all have. Y'all made Unstuck a bestseller. You Gotta Get Up a bestseller. All of these you can purchase anywhere books are sold, or you can get it at rtkstyle.com. Make sure you're getting in my masterclass. It starts January the 21st at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's called Thrive in 25. It'll be 5 weeks of me pouring into you, man. We're gonna get unstuck. We're gonna break generational curses. We're gonna soar. We're gonna break free of so much. And I'm excited to do that with you. And I'm excited to see all the miracles that God's going to do in your life. If you're ever in Atlanta, remember, we welcome you at our church, Limitless Church. And if you are not in Atlanta, but you want to call Limitless your online church, tune in every Sunday on my YouTube channel, Real Talk Kim YouTube channel, and 10 and 11:30 on Sundays. And we would love to have you. We love you so much. Make sure you subscribe and share.
Get excited.
Yes.
Get excited for 2025. Go out and dominate.
Come on. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year's.
Love you guys.